Hi, I'm Soul. This is my first video, but I hope you stick around till the end because I really enjoyed coming up with the ideas for this. So if you've read the title of this video or looked at the thumbnail, then you'll know that I'll be redesigning Barbie Princess Charm School. It is one of the most popular Barbie movies, and it is one of my favorite movies. And for anyone who doesn't know what this movie is or hasn't watched it, the wiki says this about the movie. Barbie stars as Blair Willows, a kind-hearted girl who is chosen to attend Princess Charm School, a magical modern place that teaches dancing, how to have tea parties, and proper princess manners. Blair loves her classes as well as the helpful, magical sprites and her new friends, Princess Hadley and Isla. But when royal teacher Dame Devin discovers that Blair looks a lot like the kingdom's missing princess, she turns Blair's world upside down to stop her from claiming the throne. Now Blair, Hadley, and Isla, along with the soon-to-be Princess of Gardania, Dame Devin's daughter Delancy, must find an enchanted crown to prove Blair's true identity in this charming and magical princess story. Just to be clear, I don't have any issues with the original movie or anything, but I just wanted to redesign the movie and eventually rewrite it because I just wanted to explore more themes, topics, and character designs that they didn't do in the original movie. Anyways, this intro is getting way too long. So, starting off with Blair, she's the main character, and I decided to redesign her work uniform, her original school uniform, her customized school uniform, and then her coronation outfit. For her work outfit, I was really inspired by these aesthetic and Korean cafes and what like the baristas wore, and I'll put a reference picture on the screen if you want to see what I was inspired by. And in my head, my idea is that the apron is like custom to the cafe she works at, but everything else she thrifted. And if you keep watching for Blair, you'll see that her color scheme is mainly pink, white, and blue. And I did want to keep that in the work uniform, but I wanted to throw it off slightly with the green shoes to show that because she's thrifting and getting things secondhand, like her outfits won't be perfect. But I do come back to that color later, but I'll talk about that when it shows up again. For her original school uniform, because in the show they start off with the school uniform that they get from the school, and then they switch off to a customized one after an incident happens. I'll talk about that more in my rewrite video, but for now, my reference picture will also be on the screen, but it's the same color scheme, and I know the suit vest is like very iconic, like it's really pretty too, but I don't want to just draw the same thing, so I change it to a suit jacket that's buttoned up. I did keep the skirt and the plaid, but I kept it just pink instead of pink and teal. And I gave her brown Mary Janes that match her bag because you'll see in the next set of redesigns that I wanted everyone, or at least the main three, to have some type of bag where they can actually put their school stuff in. For Blair's custom uniform, I was really struggling at first. Like, I wanted it to be girly, so it has a different silhouette and like style and aesthetic than the other ones I do, but then I just felt like it wasn't Blair, so I restarted. And if on screen you see the picture of like the wig, that's just me trying to learn how to do braids. My idea for their uniforms that I'll touch more on in my rewrite video again. In the movie, there was an incident where their original uniforms got messed up and cut apart. So to make it in time for like class, they had to reconstruct it, and then they took the opportunity to give them like customized outfits. So this is my take on that, and you'll see in this one and the one with Hadley and Isla that I still kept the dark blue, but then I gave them their own individual colors. And I did keep the plaid, but then I changed it because they have like the sprite magic, and I'm going to use that as justification so that they can change up the original clothing at least a little bit. But for Blair's coronation outfit, I really struggled. Like, the reference pictures and inspo pics I had, I think are really pretty, and the dresses were really nice. And because she's the main character, and then this is like her special moment, she gets crowned princess here, and it's like revealed to everyone who she is. Like, her dress really has to stand out, and I don't think I did a good job of both picking a dress that suits her and then also drawing it in a way that I'm satisfied. So I'll probably redo it again later on. I'll probably post it on my socials, so you can follow them. They're in my description, and they'll be at the end of the video if you want to keep up with that. But it's kind of disappointing because I didn't like her face either, but I think the rest of it was nice, and the idea of the dress I still like, but my execution of it wasn't that good. Anyway, this is the final result for Blair's redesign. I think it's really pretty, and my rendering wasn't even that bad, except on the coronation one, but the rest of it I still really enjoy. Moving on to Island Hadley, I think their redesign was probably the easiest and smoothest one because obviously their own customized uniforms in the original movie are very like unique and individual, and I really like Isla's, but like I said before, I didn't want to just redraw the same thing, so I did my own take on what I think Isla would dress like. So since I already redesigned their original uniforms, like the ones they get from the school, I decided not to do that again for all the characters moving forward, and I would just show their customized uniform, because my idea that, again, I will talk about in my part 2 rewrite video for this, is that because of the incident with their torn clothes, it starts a trend where like the seniors in their school will get to wear custom outfits, their own versions of the uniform, because it is their last year. So that's why everybody else who goes to the charm school will get their own custom uniform in my redesign. Anyway, for Isla's redesign specifically, I was thinking she's kind of alternative, but mostly just whimsy goth fashions. I really like her outfit, and especially her hair. I saw either a tutorial or a picture on Pinterest, and I'll put it on the screen, and it was really pretty, and I thought that would be perfect for her. And there's like hairpins in her buns. You can't really see them, but I thought that would be nice. And she has headphones in, obviously, to connect with the fact that she does music. And she has her own style of bag. I don't remember what it's called, but that's what I thought she'd use for school. And I kept the plaid for her in her like undershirt and leg warmers. Then for Hadley, I really wanted to play into that sports look, so if you know like bloquette core, that's the vibe I was going for. So the jerseys and the sportswear, but also still girly. She has bows in her hair, and she's still very feminine. I kept her color scheme as that teal color from the original, but made it have many different variations. Both of them still have the dark blue that would be from them cutting up their original blazer, but they're both wearing it in different ways. Like Hadley has it as cargo denim shorts, while Isla has it as a denim skirt, and then Blair's was obviously part of her cropped blazer. For their coronation outfits, it was really easy. I found a pose on Pinterest that was really cute of like two girls at prom, I think. And then I found their outfits, which I really liked, and the inspo pics will be on the screen. And for their coronation outfits, I knew it didn't have to be so detailed or as eye-catching as Blair's because they aren't the main character and they're not doing like a big reveal or anything, but I still wanted it to look good. So this is what I came up with. I really liked their hair in this one because the hairstyles are so pretty, and I really like how the rendering and coloring came out. I will say though, their hands are kind of so unproportionate, but I don't think I was really paying attention. Like me looking at Hadley's hand right now, I'm embarrassed, but I'm not gonna let that take away from the fact the rest of it looks really nice to me. Next, I redesigned Portia, Delancey, and Nicholas all in one drawing because I didn't think it'd be too complicated, especially since Prince Nicholas would only get one redesign. But let me start off with Delancey. I wanted her to be trendy and modern, so she has the off-the-shoulder sweater and the necklace that's really popular and expensive because obviously none of her stuff is dupes and knockoffs because she's a rich princess. But I did the pleated skirt so she wouldn't have the same silhouette as everyone else. I did add a chunky belt. Then her boots are like brown knee-high boots, and the reference picture will be on the screen. And Portia's outfit I was kind of struggling with because I was trying to really show her personality, but I didn't want her to be like everybody else, or I didn't want everyone to have a skirt. So I did give her pants. And I know like yoga pants and leggings are really popular, but I didn't want to give her that because that's too realistic to high school for me, and I'm not sure their dress code would even allow that. So I gave her some long baggy jeans and like a brown leather jacket, and I wanted to keep their color schemes not the same because I know in the original movie Delancey has like a purple color, but in this redesign that would be Isla's color, so I needed to change that. So I gave her like a wine red and then gave Portia still the same orange. At first with Delancey and Portia's colors, I was still trying to decide if I wanted them to follow the same rules as Blair and her friends with keeping the dark blue of their original uniforms, but to me, especially since they didn't also get their clothes cut up, obviously if you watch the movie, they wouldn't like be forced to work with what they have, but instead, after seeing Blair, Isla, and Hadley come to class with customized uniforms and them not getting in trouble, they would just like order something and have it sent to them. And so they'd get to really have their own styles showing. For their coronation outfits, I just found some pictures I really liked on Pinterest. They'll be on the screen. And so the last redesign of this set that I did was of Prince Nicholas. And in the original movie, he was fine. I'll talk more about how I feel about him in the rewrite video, but In this redesign, I wanted to make him very much like a stereotypical jock. So he's muscly, he's tall, but he's also like very friendly and charming. So my idea is that this is what he wore to the coronation, because I don't have to redesign his uniform or anything because the movie isn't about his school but the Princess Charm school. So this is what he wore to the coronation, and this is where that color from Blair's work outfit comes back, because I wanted to use that same green to tie it in to him, and also like a soulmate moment where she doesn't know it yet but he's gonna be in her life later. And also, no one else in this redesign had a green color scheme, so I just gave it to him. And he brought flowers to give to Blair because it's her coronation day. The next set of redesigns are for Dame Devin and Miss Privet, and I really was trying to play with the poses for everyone, but in this situation I think it's more obvious in Dame Devin's. I really wanted the pose to show off her personality. Again, the hands are so bad, but that's not important. It's mostly her design that I have to get across. So I was really inspired by like Marilyn Monroe, especially for the hair. And there's this dress I saw on Pinterest that I thought would really fit her. So very elegant and like screaming old money. So I gave it to her because I thought that's the type of image she'd want to display. Like she'd really want to embody what like a royal would wear. Because in my head and like in her head, this is like the perfect outfit for a queen or a royal or someone in power and someone who has money. And then for her coronation dress, it was kind of hard for me to find something that would fit her because obviously she's a teacher instead of a student, so she's not graduating. But this day, like the coronation day, is very important to her too, because if her plan actually ended up working, she would have become the most powerful, or because of her daughter, she would have become the most powerful. So she's wearing this super elegant and big dress so she can stand out. But for the pose and like the expression, I really wanted to be like, this was when Delancey was stalling and waiting for Blair and her friends to come and like interrupt the ceremony, and this is when they finally walked out, so she's annoyed because she thought they weren't going to be there. For Miss Privet, I really wanted her to exude like elegance and being super put together and that she's in control. So I gave her this super structured and tailored blouse and like a blazer dress. I really like how it turned out. I will say her feet are kind of crazy, but what's important are her shoes, and they match her shirt. And then her coronation outfit, I wanted to give her a jumpsuit so she wouldn't have the same dress combination as everybody else. And I thought this was also very elegant, but in this situation she like has her hair down and she's also smiling and winking because she's very happy today and she's like really celebrating. And this is the final product. I'm satisfied with it, and I think it turned out really nicely. For the final set of redesigns, I did the sprites, Blair's family, and Blair and Prince the dog. So I'll first talk about Blair's second redesign, which isn't really a redesign, but it was an idea I had, but I only had it after I finished the first redesign for her, so I just wanted to include it here since it would go well with her family. So my idea is that instead of the crash, which her parents died in, leaving her like perfectly fine and with no effects other than obviously losing her family members and her connection to the royal line, the crash would have caused a lot of damage to her leg and caused it to be needed to be amputated. So I'll talk about that more in the rewrite video where I'll go more into her childhood. But my idea is that her right leg needed to be amputated, and she used the arm braces to help with her mobility, but she ends up getting a prosthetic leg. And so my idea is that she uses both, but mostly her prosthetic leg, but she does use her arm braces on days her stability and stuff is really bad or really getting to her. On days she needs more help with her stability slash mobility, especially if she's doing a lot of like walking. And my idea is that she's on a walk with Prince, and this is after her graduation and her now living in the palace. So for the sprites, I was mostly just trying things out. They're still like color coded to the person that they're supposed to be like fairies or assistants for, but I decided to give them more distinct like fashion styles and personalities and designs. I don't know if it totally matches them from the original movie, but they didn't have that much screen time or anything to really develop their characters. So I was just deciding on aesthetics that I thought would be nice. And for her family, it's Blair, her younger sister, and her mom. I thought I'd make Blair's outfit like super basic and stuff because she's a teenager, but I don't think Blair really cares about fashion too much, and comfort is probably most important to her. But I think her sister, she just, like in the movie, she's very excited about the princess thing and she's constantly talking to her. So I think they're really close, and I really wanted to show her excited and happy. And her outfit is very playful. Like it's not too young, but not too old or too serious that it's not fun. And I really wanted their mom to have like a boho and earthy style, and I gave her like a light green color palette going. Well, that was my redesigns for the Barbie Princess Charm School characters. I would say overall, it was a fun time and I really like the final product. But like I said before, follow me on my social medias. That'll be linked in the description and they're on the screen right now to keep up with any more doodles or art I make for this concept. Also, please like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to keep seeing more of my content, and especially the part 2 to this Barbie Princess Charm School rewrite slash redesign mini series that'll be out soon, depending on what I can do with school and everything. But in that next video, I will be tackling rewriting the story for this movie and not just the designs. So please subscribe and like and comment for any ideas and thoughts. And if I said anything wrong, and you can correct me in the comments and let me know so I can know moving forward. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, night, anything, and goodbye.